your horn tingling? Let's rub horns. Horns up, horns up, horns up, horns up, horns up. We are Unicorn Podcast.
Hey guys, welcome to the live stream. Welcome to the basement. Michael Saylor is saying something about Bitcoin. Very interesting. And I think it has something very interesting that it could do to the whole altcoin sector and to Unicorn Fart Dust. We're going to get into that. And we've got a ton of big information about what's going on in the community. A couple updates. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of the basement. You know what? We're going to do this right at the beginning. I was trying to do it during the setup here, but I want to go out and I want us all to retweet this. Let's get the word out about Unicorn Fart Dust. This is working. I know we're in a bit of a cold spell when it comes to meme coins and altcoins, but guys, when it comes to building a foundation, if we were building a neighborhood, we would have done all the bulldozing, put in the sewer pipes, put in the water pipes, put in the electric pipes. We have built the infrastructure for something massive within UFD. And not only did we build the infrastructure, but we did it in a unique, special way. And we did it with the highest quality materials. We are ready to build the neighborhood. We're ready for more people to move into Unicorn Fart Land. And I believe, right, we keep it up day by day. Hey, look, I don't have a crystal ball. I'm not a financial advisor. Please always be responsible with your investments. But I believe we're primed to have a lot of good quality people move into our neighborhood, not show up for vacation with their suitcases and their beach balls, but people who are going to move in and stay with us in the corral, in the Unicorn Fart Land, whatever the heck we want to call it. I think we've got great things ahead. Okay, there we are. We're live on X. I'm going to retweet. I want you to do the same thing. This will take just a second. I'm going to do a quote tweet, and I'm going to say, let's go crypto, exclamation point. Come join us, comma. We are the most welcoming, comma, positive, and on the move community in crypto, period. And we are live right now, comma. Come into the corral with us. Okay, I think I did it. Do you spell corral, C-O-R-R-A-L? I don't know. What the heck? What's Michael Saylor? Look, I got a couple stories about Michael Saylor. Then we're going to talk about what he's saying about Bitcoin and what that could mean for ultimately Unicorn Fart Dust. Okay. First story, I owe Michael Saylor a big apology. Back in my days, as you know, I was a huge crypto skeptic. I love gold and silver, which I still do. And I was very, very skeptical of Bitcoin. And several times down here in the basement, I will fully admit I was wrong. I said Michael Saylor creeped me out, that I had a bad feeling, blah, blah, blah. So I was wrong about that. Look, we can change, right? We all can change. And I changed my mind. The other story I have, this is interesting. A good friend of mine, who I've done some business with in the past. He's the director. He works in investor relations for some big gold mining companies. He was at a convention. I think it was in New York City 3 or 4 weeks ago. And it was a convention of, believe it or not, precious metal mining companies and crypto together, kind of like the anti-fiat crowd. And I'm telling you, I won't go down that path, but guys, gold and silver and crypto people, we look at things in the exact same way. Anyhow, he was like, I was there by myself. He had to give a speech, but then they had a big dinner reception. He said, I walked into this big conference room and was looking for somebody to talk to, a table to sit at, whatever. I walked up to this table, started talking to this guy. He said he was really nice. He said he was Michael Saylor. And he's like, I really didn't even know who Michael Saylor was. And I didn't until I realized he was the keynote speaker at this reception. But he told me Michael Saylor is a very, very nice person. He said he had a great conversation with him, super nice guy. But what did Michael Saylor say about Bitcoin that I think has everything to do with UFD and where we could be heading? Hold on here. make sure we got this up. We do. Okay, Michael Saylor says, because Bitcoin's been in a little bit of a state of malaise, a little bit of a stall pattern, I guess you could say. Michael Saylor says, this is the reason why Bitcoin is stuck sideways and not breaking out. But remember, guys, there's something in here that I think spells good times ahead for altcoins and ultimately unicorn fart dust as well. CEO of Strategy, Michael Saylor, shared in an interview on Friday his views on Bitcoin has been chopping sideways, is how they're saying it. In purple, during a podcast with Bitcoin influencer Natalie Brunel, Saylor said that 2.3 trillion worth of Bitcoin. Yeah, we got to remember, guys, Bitcoin makes up, I don't know, 55, 60% of the entire crypto market cap, more than half, at least, last I checked. And it had been around 60, maybe even higher percent in the past. Its market cap is unbanked. So 2.3 billion worth of Bitcoin, its market cap is unbanked, meaning owners cannot borrow against it. He said, and quote, and because they can't get a loan against it, at the point that you all of a sudden find yourself Bitcoin rich, but fiat poor, you don't have a lot of dollars, Saylor emphasized. Then you think, I have to go and sell it. So what he's saying is there's a lot, and we looked at this the other day. There's, I don't know, there's like all these Bitcoin millionaires in the world, but they also need fiat to survive, basically. I mean, let's be real. You still can't use Bitcoin and crypto in a lot of everyday transactions. So they've got all this money as measured in fiat in Bitcoin, but then they find themselves needing to sell it, which obviously puts some sell pressure on Bitcoin. That's not the interesting point. Here we are. We're there. In green, he compared the situation to a startup company where employees, suddenly rich with penny stock options, are forced to sell because they can't borrow against them. He added that the current wave of selling is driven primarily by cryptocurrency OGs, which I believe means people who've been in for a long time, made a lot of money off Bitcoin. They have a lot of money for a long time and are now diversifying. And that's the big key takeaway. Look, I love Bitcoin. I call unicorn fart dust baby Bitcoin. But when people that have all this money in Bitcoin start to diversify, start to look at other coins, other opportunities, it's going to spread a lot of that wealth, and Bitcoin can continue to do well. And, I hope it does. I think it will, no doubt about it. But some of that money will start to trickle down into the altcoin sector and ultimately into unicorn fart dust. And we are baby Bitcoin, guys. Think about that. Wow. This is exciting. The Bitcoin OGs, some of which on a regular basis have reached out to me and said that the vibes that we have right now in unicorn fart dust are so similar to what they felt in the early days of Bitcoin. I think that we've got a good chance of bringing in some of those. Oh, you know what? We've got a new term. Man, we've been knocking it out of the park, haven't we, guys? Right? They're not just buttercups. They're Bitcoin buttercups, meaning they're people that are in Bitcoin that haven't yet learned about or realized that unicorn fart dust exists. And I know, right? You think, oh, yeah, whatever. No, guys, it's real. What we are doing is so unique, so special. The energy that we are creating, the simplicity. Realize this. What made Bitcoin so successful was the energy created by the community. Our community creates energy. Our community creates utility. And what also made Bitcoin so successful is that it was simple, right? It's still, Brian Armstrong, the CEO of Coinbase, said it himself about 4 months ago, that Bitcoin has essentially become a meme coin, right? We're a meme coin, right? And we are very, very powerfully simple. When you say simple, people go, oh, well, yeah, well, look at all these complicated cryptos. There's 21 million cryptos right now, 20 million, whatever, over 20 million cryptos. Most of them tried to complicate everything. And how did that end? Not well. They have no utility. They have no community. Okay, there are some other great communities. You know that, right? A handful, right? We are aligned with that simple nature. I think that when the Bitcoin people, hello, Bitcoin buttercups, We got a special place for you in the corral. We got the diamond hoof section, we got the normal duster section, and we have the Bitcoin buttercups, who I think are going to be attracted to what we're doing naturally, because everything that's happened in UFD from day one has happened organically, naturally, and I think it will continue to happen. So when I read that about Michael Saylor, I'm like, yeah, people that made millions, hundreds of thousands in Bitcoin and want to diversify. He said it himself, right? I think are going to look to other altcoins, and I think when they look to other altcoins, they're going to find UFD. Okay, that's what I believe, and we will stay on the rails, right? Look, we're baby Bitcoin. Bitcoin is our mentor, however we want to say it. All right, now let's look at some data, some news coming out this week about UFD. This was a great one, which, wow, of course, is from our friend Ez the Duster, who's always knocking it out of the park. Holder trends. Are people holding? People are holding UFD. Holders with over 1,000 in UFD are positive across all short-term time frames. It says the momentum that UFD is gaining in this low sentiment market, and it is, guys, like we are in, and I want to say this in a positive way, we are accomplishing what we are accomplishing in an environment where we've got the wind blowing in our face, where we're trying to swim against the current, however you want to think about it. That is making us so much stronger. If you want to think about this, if you want to become a strong swimmer, and you had to swim in a river, right? Do you think you'd become a stronger swimmer by jumping in and swimming with the current, or jumping in and swimming against the current? Of course, you'd become stronger swimming against the current, and that is exactly what we are doing, and getting stronger and doing it every single day. He says, I believe is due to people growing weary of the lies and false narratives and rug pulls. They're realizing it's time to engage with genuine communities that have belief and conviction in their projects, and a simple proposition. Okay, I'm thrilled. A simple proposition, just like Bitcoin. I'm thrilled to welcome anyone who wishes to join a true community that promotes good and fully supports one another, and that's the UFD community. Good attracts good and unlimited potential. And look, Dusters, is your horn tingling? Huh? Is your horn tingling? My horn's tingling. My unicorn horn, right? It is a simple proposition, and it is unlimited potential. Okay? There's only so many beans. Where is it? Here it is. I'm going to do the V word. There's only so many beans. We're filling up this jug, right? 909. Here, get a close look. Oh, I hit my computer. Sorry. Hopefully we're still, you can see me. There's only room in this jug for 999 million beans, and the beans are the diamond hoof dusters, and it is working day by day. This may be silly. I understand it. It's silly, but it's powerful. This jug can't get any bigger. That line right there. See that line right there? That line right there. 999 million is more and more people buy UFD, hold UFD. I can't give financial advice. I can't tell you what to do. You're a smart person. Use your own brain, but think about it. As more and more diamond hoof dusters get into this jug, eventually we do get to a point where there's a limited number of beans that are available for purchase or trade. And at that point, we go to Valhalla! 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 All right. Okay, let's go. Here, Cuban Pete, put this one up. Oof, that makes me a little dizzy sometimes when I do that. But I'm here. I'm alive. Cuban Pete, right here. Here we are on CoinMum. Top 10 trending coins. Let's take a look at this. Okay, in fourth place, UFD, behind Oscar Aura and Hold. Let's go to another piece of data. This came from Mr. Noel Sol. Look, the whole market is challenging. That's the reality. Okay, we are hanging in there, and we aren't just hanging in there. We're hanging in there and building, right? More and more people every single day, guys. He says, wow, UFD has a clear triple top pattern. This usually leads to a dump. Wait, the chart is upside down. Really, it changes your perspective. They've been trying to hold us down, but they cannot. We are simply stronger. We are resilient. We will stand the test of time. Higher we go. Thank you, Mr. No Soul. Okay, guys, look, they can try and try. I'm not going to speculate on who may or may not be trying to hold Unicorn Fart Dust down and why they may be wanting to do that. But at the end of the day, because of the beauty of the original structure of how the cryptocurrency and blockchain was set up, they can't do it. Sorry. Crypto is for you, for the people, for me, right? We have our own little ecosystem, our own little world in which we live. They can't take that away from us. It's on the blockchain. It's there forever. Did I tell you already? There's only 999 million beans, and the number of Unicorn Fart Dust holders who are diamond hooved goes up and up and up. We've been through all that data. Go back and watch an older live stream if you want to see it. But the number of people in our top 1,000 wallets, our top 100 wallets, our whole holder base is buying UFD, not just buying it, but the data shows holding it and holding it long term. And oh, by the way, and there's a big reason why this one's important, we're only 9 months old. We haven't been around for 9 years or 5 years or even 2 or 3 years. We are 9 months old. And we've got people that are holding UFD massive percentages for over 60 days, massive percentages for over 90 days. And we're only 9 months old. Think about that. Think about the power that the community has. It's real simple. Don't look, remember, right? There's a swamp on one side of us and a mud pit on the other. We stay focused on what we are doing. We stay focused on appreciating what a wonderful opportunity that we have in our hands right now, right? With our horns, and we are going to be just fine, right? I can do my part. You can do your part, and you are, and we are, and it's changing. And, look, if you want to change crypto, yeah, I think crypto needs to be changed. I'll be honest with you. I think I love crypto. I don't think the foundation, what crypto needs to do is get back to the foundational roots. And if we want that to happen, the best way we do that in UFD is by focusing on our project, and this project continuing to lead the way, provide a great example, and most importantly, to have massive, massive success. And it's like a snowball. And I don't know, I'm just giving you my opinion, not a financial advisor. Please be responsible. It sure still feels like to me, even more than ever, right? As day by day by day goes by, that we are primed for that snowball to start rolling. Look, who knows, right? All we can do, all we can control is what we do today. And that's what we're doing. Okay. Here's another one. We're trending on Kraken. See if I can get that up. Yes, I think I have the right screen shared. Okay. Yesterday, Kraken, meme coins on Kraken. Today, this comes from Kraken FX. There we are, right on their right on the front page, UFD. This is Kraken, right? The tier 1 exchange. We're here. It's working. I know. I understand. I get it. Right. I get it. Accomplishing anything great in life is hard. Okay, that's the reality. Took me a long time to realize that. I'm a slow learner and a fast forgetter. And if you hang out in a barbershop, you're going to get a haircut. If you hang out in the UFD community, right, you're going to be the same thing, right? The people that you hang around with, and I've got some life advice coming up for you next. Don't you worry. But we're hanging out in a barbershop with a bunch of great UFD people together. That's where we need to hang out, not in the swamp. No, right? Not in the mud pit. That'll take care of itself. We hang out with our people. We focus on doing our part day by day to make this, and it's real. I'm sorry. Oh, you want me to talk about some fancy, you need, all these crazy things. And I get presented with them on a regular basis. I'm like, wait a minute. This is real simple. I realized that on the first day after Unicorn Fart Dust took off. I was like, when I learned that there were only 999 million coins, when I learned that it was on the blockchain and it was immutable, I think the word is, not changeable, whatever, right? And I realized that there were thousands of people, even on the first day, that held UFD. I was like, this is simple. This makes sense. People, and then I learned about community, and I learned about everything else, the original ethos of crypto, decentralization. Nobody, I'm not the boss. Sorry. Okay. Okay. I'll do my part. And if you want to look at me as however you want to look at me, but the reality is, you have as much power in this community right now today as I do or anyone else. Okay. It's a super, super great opportunity. Now, look, I want to share with you, I posted this last night, but I think this is powerful advice, not from me, that can really change your world, right? And I know it's hard to, it's hard to, how do I say this, remember these things all the time. But when I started my journey into, I guess you would call it social media, look, I was 52 years old. And I was at a point in my life where I knew I could do something. I knew I had something to offer the world, some type of value. And I decided to start a YouTube channel, really focus on a YouTube channel. Part of that journey was I committed to make one piece of content every single day for 1 year. Another part of that, even more important, was I committed that I would learn something new about YouTube, about, I don't know, self-improvement, I guess you could say, whatever it might be, every single day. And I did that for 1 whole year. I've continued to do put content out every day since then and try to learn things. But I kept a black book, my little black book, a black notebook, where I kept all these things that I learned. I want to share with you. This comes from Gary Vaynerchuk. He is like a guru and a very smart guy, but also a very nice guy. Gary Vaynerchuk. I posted this last night, but I just want to read through these quickly because I think it is just, this is a picture I took from my, see the red spiral, my black notebook. Here's just like 5 or 6 things, guys. And, I really believe for anybody who follows this, it can make a massive change. Number one, there's no shortcuts. There's no substitute for hard work. Okay. One is better than none or zero. And I think he meant that in terms of taking action, whether it's putting out YouTube videos or doing writing, if you're a writer, or whatever your business is that you're in, that always doing something is better than doing nothing. Humble the F up, okay? Out humble everyone. I really believe in that, man, like humility and realizing I'm not that important. I might be all I think about, but I'm not that important, right? That the more we realize that, the further we go and the more we can do for our fellow humans. Okay. He says this, things get real interesting when you decide that you are a nobody. And I know it's a paradox, but it's so true when we don't take ourselves so seriously. I used to, when I would make YouTube videos at the beginning, I'd think, oh, my neighbors are going to see this, my cousins and my coworkers, and they're going to make fun of me. You know what? Nobody really cared. And those people, but people that were getting value from the content I was creating did care. Okay. Then he says here, I love this one. Who cares what people think? High school is over. I love it. Okay. He says, deploy compassion to those who poop on you. As you guys know, I did a Reddit Ask Me Anything the other day, and there were some really great people on there, some really great questions. And there were also some people that were really vile toward me. And that's okay, because I dealt with that when I started on YouTube as well, right? Getting made fun of, whatever the case may be. Always deploy compassion. I'm not going to let anybody walk all over me or put out false information about me or community. And I'm not recommending you do that either. But if somebody's being really toxic towards you, the only reason that they're being real toxic, the only way is because they're toxic on the inside. So you can almost feel sorry for them and deploy compassion. And it feels a lot better. Don't get involved in a pooping contest on the internet, especially with someone who doesn't really even divulge to you who they are. And it says, I'm on the field, right? You are on the field. I can't hear the people cheering and booing. And to me, what that meant, and that was a real key thing as well, is like, if you take a risk in life and do something, and it doesn't just have to be YouTube, but I'll use this as an example. I'm on here going live, right? People are going to say what they want, cheer, boo, whatever the case may be. but you're the one who's out there doing it. You're the one who's taking the risk, and you can take some great, I don't know, feel good internally for yourself over that one as well. All right, guys, thank you for being here. Let's keep up the great work in UFD. There is nothing, it is working. I understand. I look at the token price a couple times a day. We aren't alone, right? This is a cold spell in the crypto world, and in a real cold spell in the meme coin sector. Things are going to change. 12 months, 18 months from now, I could be wrong, but I feel very confident about this. And I'm usually right when I have this inner knowing like I have when it comes to the meme coin sector. It's going to be a completely different landscape that we're dealing with, and a landscape where we're going to be there. We're going to be prepared, right? Our horns are going to be shining. We're going to have even proved more to the world that this is a real, powerfully simple project, a project that's not about hype. Okay. It's not about chasing hype, chasing the latest meta, whatever the case is. Yes, sure. We love hype. We love meta, all that great stuff. But what we really love is the energetic nucleus of people that are coming together, a sense of belonging, a sense of soul, a sense of purpose together that can provide to the crypto world, and provide to the crypto world as the entire crypto ecosystem is growing, that good and fair and the original ethos of crypto are successful and are worth being a part of. Thank you for being here. Okay. I want you to take care of yourself today. Be good to yourself. You deserve it. And I'll see you, yes, you, next time.